What's up, everybody? It's Nosy Boy. I'm back with another one of these tier lists. You guys really seem to like them, and again, they're fun to make. So I'm going to be making one that's a little less serious this time. This is based on a comment, and I'm going to put that comment on screen. But I basically wanted to see which of these characters is the best at making breakfast food. I'm also in the right mood to do this because I just woke up and I haven't had breakfast yet. And I am going to be starving by the end of this video, I'm sure. So let's just get started with Arya Stark. I feel like, does Arya Stark ever learn how to cook? In the show, she's like taken from home when she's a small child. I feel like if Arya Stark makes food, it is for survival and it will not taste good. So I'm going to put Arya Stark in it's edible but tastes absolutely rancid. She thinks it tastes fine as well because she's from an age where they don't have air fryers, where they don't have stove tops and they're not frying bacon and eggs, you know what I mean? She's from the forgotten times. And yeah, I just feel like her food would taste absolutely horrible. Batman, on the other hand, I think this is tasty as hell. Batman is a master of many skills. And I have a feeling cooking is one of those skills because not only is he a dad and he needs to prepare food for his children, and I know he has a butler, I know Alfred would definitely be in the top tier, but Batman can at least make food. You know, it's a lot more impressive to the women that he has over if he makes the food for them himself. Again, he does have kids, he does cook sometimes, I'm sure. I just feel like Batman has this skill, right? Bugs Bunny, I feel like, is pretty competent as well, especially the Bugs Bunny in the Looney Tunes reboot show. I don't know if it'd be tasty as hell, but I feel like it's pretty good, and Bugs can at least scramble a couple eggs. The only issue with Bugs is he's going to put carrots into absolutely everything he makes. And it's like, Bugs, why are there carrots in my goddamn pancake, okay? You need to stop, okay? The pancake itself is fine. It's perfectly cooked. Why are there carrots in it, man? Why did you pour me a bowl of cereal and add a bunch of shredded carrots to the Cinnamon Toast Crunch? You ruined it. So I do feel like it's pretty good, but, you know, the carrots are his downfall. Now, Finn, I feel like Finn definitely does not have the skill necessary to cook. I feel like it's edible, and it's not awful, but he would definitely have shells in his eggs. You know, this guy can't handle a relationship for shit, and I feel like a lot of that is down to the fact that he is just inept with a lot of basic skills outside of adventuring. Harley Quinn is a tough one. I feel like Harley Quinn also leaves shells in the egg. If this was Dr. Harleen Quinzel, I feel like she would make really fancy omelets, right? But after she goes a little psycho and she is dropped into actual acid, I just feel like the ability to make an omelet goes with that. So I think she could still make the omelets, but they're going to be crunchy. Now, if ever there was a tier list for Jake the dog to top, this is his day. This is his big day. Making pancakes, making bacon pancakes, the most iconic song of the last generation. Yeah, this guy's going top tier. He's going to make you pancakes. He's going to have bacon with it. The bacon is going to be perfect. It's not going to be what a bunch of amateurs do with their bacon and they just fucking burn it and it's black and they're like, I like it crunchy. Bitch, that's not crunchy. You just served me a rock that vaguely tastes like bacon. His bacon is crunchy, but it still has just enough chew to not be completely burnt. It's perfect. This guy is flawless with it. And Garnet is twice the cook because Garnet is a fusion of two characters. And I feel like Garnet is at least in pretty good. I've never seen Steven Universe, so if it's a running gag that Garnet cannot cook or is the best cook, please don't at me. I've never seen the show. But, you know, two people, I feel like it'd be really hard to fuck that up. However, I get really agitated when someone is in the kitchen with me, and with Garnet, someone is always in the kitchen with them, And I feel like, you know, that's why they're not in Tasty as Hell, because I feel like there are always too many cooks in the kitchen as well. They're in a weird spot. Rain Dog does not know how to make food. Let's be honest. Rain Dog is a creature from hell, and while they are very cute, and I love them a lot, you know, hellfire creatures don't really need to eat. They more so, they feed on dying dreams, flesh, raw flesh. They feed on your despair, but they don't feed on bacon and pancakes and like cheesy grits and all the wonderful staples of breakfast. So going down here, Shaggy has to be pretty good at cooking, dude. I would honestly say Tasty as Hell. I feel like when I was a kid, every time Shaggy and Scooby made food, sure, it was a lot of food and it was really tall, but it always looked delicious. Let's be honest. Who went to Subway a lot as a kid just because they wanted to eat a big sandwich like Shaggy? And then they were disappointed when Subway's foot long was a foot long, not a foot tall. I just felt like it was disappointing every time. I wanted this beautifully crafted sandwich that Shaggy and Scooby would make, and instead I just got Subway, you know? So, I feel like he's pretty good. I feel like Shaggy, honestly, I think he might be up here. If anybody knows food, it's Shaggy. Superman definitely knows how to cook it up in the kitchen. And not only does he know how to cook it up in the kitchen, he grew up on a farm. He's using fresh eggs. He doesn't, you know, he could eat his eggs raw. They're so organic and fresh. But he doesn't. He makes the perfect omelets. He can use his heat vision to get it to the perfect temperatures. I just feel like this guy is impeccable. Oh, your orange juice is a little warm? Let me use my frost breath on it, right? You can't tell me someone that grew up on a farm does not know how to make some banger eggs and banger bacon, right? That's like, because he's getting it straight from the farm, and you're not going to have higher quality ingredients than when Superman cooks for you. Now, Steven doesn't strike me as a chef. He could be. I just have no idea about the show. Does he live in a food truck? I think he lives in a food truck, so I'm going to bump him up to here. I'm speaking on ignorance. Steven doesn't come across as a master chef to me. He comes across as a teenager who is adept at cooking, and that always means the cooking is just okay. You know what I mean? Because they're still learning. Now, come on, man. We know that Taz is not making edible food. Taz is making something that he can eat, but Taz could eat a toaster if he wanted to. Taz can eat the Iron Giant if he wants to. That does not mean the food will be good. And honestly, while we're talking about it, ain't no way the Iron Giant is cooking you anything good. What the Iron Giant is going to do is he's going to go into your kitchen and eat your stove and fridge. And you're going to be like, come on, man. What are you doing? Okay, so Tom and Jerry, I gotta feel like, for one, I've seen Ratatouille. And in this picture specifically, the mouse is on his head. So I gotta put them at least in here. They are, at the end of the day, a cat and a mouse, but I feel like they can't be that bad at cooking. I mean, just based off of the Ratatouille principle, which is a principle we all learned about in school growing up, right? If you have a mouse on your head, you're pretty good at cooking. Now, Velma is very smart, and she's like a scientist, right? She's really good at science. And at the end of the day, cooking is like science. You're using chemical reactions to prepare food and change their states of matter sometimes, depending on the food. You're doing a science experiment when you cook, especially when you bake. So I'm going to say Velma is tasty as hell. Okay, sorry. No, that's wrong. Velma is not tasty as hell. Velma's cooking is tasty as hell. That came out wrong. That came out way wrong. But yeah, I think Velma makes really good food, but she approaches it like a science problem, while Shaggy, you know, he cooks from the heart. Now, Wonder Woman cooks for survival and is from a society where they don't have stoves, they don't have bacon. Wonder Woman is going to shoot a wild boar in the neck, cook it over a fire, and then give you a boar leg with the hair still on it. This is a woman that eats for survival and eats for protein and to live. This is not a woman who cooks for enjoyment. She has definitely eaten a raw fish just straight from the fishing rod. You know what I mean? Now, LeBron James is also a dad, and I feel like if you're a dad, you gotta be at least capable of scrambled eggs. I feel like I would love a breakfast cooked by LeBron James, to be honest. I think it'd be very tasty. Actually, I have no idea if LeBron James is actually a dad in real life. I'm going to say yes, but I know he was a dad in Space Jam 2. So I'm going to say he's a dad in real life. Now, Morty is going to leave shells in your eggs. He's too nervous. He's like, oh God, oh geez. Shut up, dude. It's fine. You're just making eggs. Chill out. Mellow out for a second, okay? It's going to be okay. But it's not going to be okay because he's going to fuck it up. You're going to have crunchy eggs. Whatever. Now, Rick, a lot of ignorant people, I feel like, think Rick is down here. Rick is up here. I think Rick makes really tasty food, but he does not care enough about his family to cook for them. When Rick makes something tasty, it's for that alien woman that he's in love with, or it's for him. He is not going to waste his time on making really tasty breakfast for Morty and his family. And yeah, that's going to be my tier list. I didn't want to spend nearly as long rambling about this one because as I've been talking about it, I have been getting very hungry. Make sure you subscribe if you agree with even one character placement on one tier. And if you don't agree with any character placements on any tiers, you should still subscribe. Do it anyways. Thank you guys so much for watching. This has been Nosy Boy, and with all that said, I'll smell you guys later.
Yeah.